Hi, what's up you guys? Welcome back to MJ Views. Today I'm here with yet again another Aussie video. So there's been a lot of people who are commenting, or just in general, I feel like Aussies are getting kind of popular nowadays. So with being the owner of two Australian Shepherds, I wanted to kind of throw out the understanding of the Australian Shepherd breed. Not a lot of people really tell you these things if you're looking into the breed or doing your research or whatever. They usually just tell you that they're a high energy breed, that they need stimulation, but they don't really get into the depth of that. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing for this video. So this is a video kind of going in depth of how to understand your Australian Shepherd and how to get the best of it, and maybe in the end, if you're looking into getting one, if it's the right dog for you. So let's get right into the video. I'm only going to go over 3 main points of this Australian Shepherd breed and what you really need to know about them. The first and foremost thing to go into is that they're a herding and working class dog. A lot of you might already have known this, but this means that they have really high herding and guarding instinct or behaviors. This is really important because this means that they're bred to work all day, and that says it all, really. They're gonna wanna be active throughout the day, and if you're not providing something that keeps them busy, they'll find a way to keep themselves busy. They just can become so destructive, and it's not good. So this means that they're gonna have high energy, and with a high energy dog, you're gonna need a lot of outlets, natural outlets, to kind of give out that energy, whether it's running, fetching, and it's gonna have to do with mental and physical attributes as well. So maybe even training is very important with your Aussie. Just getting them to do as much as possible, because that's what they were bred for. Even though it's not hurting what they were usually bred for, since they still have that very high drive in them to work, you're gonna have to work them in different ways, which is perfectly fine. I don't think they really have a problem with that. Another thing I want to cover real quick is that, of course, every dog is different when it comes to their attitudes and personality, but I just want to put in there that because of that, you're gonna have to find different ways of stimulating your dog. A prime example of this is Nova and Stella. So Stella loves to fetch. That's the way I get her energy out the most. She will fetch for hours and hours and hours upon end. Frisbee as well, just anything to do with fetch. But Nova, on the other hand, it's kind of harder to get her energy out because she doesn't really like to fetch. And when she's at the park, she doesn't even like to chase the dog. She's literally just sitting there. I started to think this was going to be a problem, and it eventually was, because she was just not getting her energy out with the ways that I would get Stella's energy out. And even though she did not like to do those things, she still had built up energy inside of her, and I was like, oh boy, this cannot end well. And before I knew it, she was going through the trash, she was chewing up furniture, and I was like, how am I supposed to, you know, get rid of this problem if I can't get her energy out? So it's really just knowing your dog's personality. The thing that I did with Nova, since she didn't really like the exercising portion of getting her energy out, I guess you can say, I noticed that she really loved to smell things. And it's kind of weird to say, but not really, because she's a dog. I would just see her constantly looking for things, sniffing for things. So I was like, okay, perfect. I could just tire her out mentally, I guess. So that's why I kind of got the puzzle game. I bought a lot of treat toys, just different kinds of games to keep her busy. And eventually it worked. I do take her on walks and everything like that, because she does love to walk and sniff things around, and she's a really good walker. So I do that just to get her energy out, because it's what she likes to do. Then I have those puzzle toys to get her mind off of things and put her to work mentally the way that she wants to. And look, she's sniffing the couch and everything. She's so weird. So yeah, just dogs are different, of course. So there's different ways of putting out their energy. And in this case, Australian Shepherds, their nose. And that's just examples with my dogs. You just have to see your dogs get to learn what they love to do and try to make it a game or try to make it an exercise. So yeah, I wanted to go over that because I thought that was very extremely important, since not all Aussies are the same in personality wise. So yeah. And as long as they're being kept busy, then they're not gonna become the destructive Australian Shepherds that everyone would be complaining about. And another thing I want to point about that comment that I just made is that a lot of people assume that the Aussie is the problem And that's why I'm kind of making this video as well, is because they just don't understand that they are meant to work all day, and it's not your Aussies' fault for that. If anything, it's our fault since we bred them to work all day. So you just have to get them to do what they were meant to do. And if it's hurting, that's great, because that's what we kind of have the image of the Australian Shepherds doing. But if it's not, then you can work them in different ways. I heard that Australian Shepherds are actually very good service animals, so working them in that way, that's like a mental and physical work environment, so that would be perfect for them. Just finding different outlets for them, I think, would be the best. And even if they're a in-home dog, does that make sense? And even if they're a at-home dog, then you can also do things like agility. So I kind of got lost into my 3 points, but basically it's that they're a herding and working class dog, they are high energy breeds, and they need stimulation. So that's the whole entire gist. I don't like that word. So that's the whole entire concept I'm trying to get at, is those 3 points, and how to kind of understand your Aussie more by knowing just those 3 things and kind of giving them the lifestyle that they need. Yeah, because the main issue that I've said in the beginning of this video is that they will have behavioral problems. I have witnessed it firsthand because no one told me how to take care of an Australian Shepherd, what they were. Just like why I'm making this video, if you're looking into the breed. The number one thing that I usually see is chewing. That's basically it. My Australian Shepherd barks too. She barks while she guards the house. Like, that's the only time she barks. But I don't see a real problem in that. She's just alerting me when something is scaring her or something is wrong. So I don't try to fix that issue just for that. But it would be a different story if they're barking at you or being very attentive or even dominant. Then I would confront the issue. But Stella's not like that. Her chewing behaviors immediately stopped once I took her to the dog park, walked her, and had I have like these puzzle toys, I guess, every time I leave her alone. So I do those 3 things. I don't know if you guys need like tips as well. So this usually happens when they're left alone in the house. Well, not anymore. They're perfectly good now because of these things that I've been doing. I make sure that I either play fetch or frisbee, or I do some training with them before I leave out of the house. And then when I do leave them out of the house, I make sure that there's some puzzle toys with treats inside, so they're kept busy at all times. And I put more if I know I'm gonna be out longer. Another thing that I found really helpful is to have a dog camera. I have the Wopet treat dispenser that I made a video on, and I feel like that's very helpful because I'll check in on them if I'm out longer than I thought I was gonna be. So I go on my app, I look at what they're doing, and if I see they're getting into trouble, I can actually speak to them. So I'll be like, hey Stella, stop that, you know, correcting the behavior when it's being done. And the best part is when she stops doing that behavior, I can actually reward her with a treat through the app. So it's very handy. I feel like it helps out a lot. And if I can, I take her to the dog park, I walk her, anything like that, just to get her tired. You know, you just need to keep this dog tired. And it's just one of those dogs that it's harder to keep tired, I guess. Because I feel like most of the dogs, if they're a tired dog, they're a happy dog, but most dogs get tired differently and some have more energy. So it just all depends. Australian Shepherds are one of these dog breeds that need the most attention and the most energy taken out of them, mentally and physically. So hopefully I went over everything I wanted to talk about today. It's just those 3 main points. I probably could talk for hours more, but I want to get straight to the point because as a former Australian Shepherd breeder, I get all those people that will take their pet home and they'll be like, why does this dog have so much energy? And I'm like, I literally just told you. But of course I'm there to kind of guide them through it, and it usually comes out okay. But they just think that, oh, it's a puppy, it's gonna have energy. But it's an Australian Shepherd puppy and it's gonna have so much more energy than any other puppy that you'll own. That's probably not true, but to some extent it is. They're a very needy breed in that way, but that doesn't have to be a bad thing. That means that you're gonna just have to bond with your pup more, and that's gonna just lead to a closer relationship between you two, which is actually very great. But hopefully you guys have enough information to kind of guide you into successfully raising your Australian Shepherd puppy. Yeah, and I hope you guys have a great relationship. If you guys like this video, don't forget to leave a like so I know that you like these videos and I can make more. And don't forget to go to my YouTube channel, check out my other videos. I do informational videos like this, as well as vlogs with my Australian Shepherds. And yeah, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I will answer them as soon as possible. But besides that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!